Should I go ahead and put all my money into Bitcoin? On one hand, if it goes to the moon, I'd never have to work again. On the other hand, it might go to zero, but it could go to $1 billion and then I'd be rich. Or it could ruin me. My wife would divorce me and take the kid. How do I make up my mind? I know. I'll flip a coin. Here we go.
So if you've ever been in that situation where you can't make up your mind, you can come up with 100 reasons to do something. You could come up with 100 reasons why not to do something, and then 101, and then 101, and on the cycle continues. The best I can figure is that when it's in your mind, it's all perfectly imaginary. There are no stakes. And for every reason why you should do something, there's another reason why you should not do it. And those reasons pile up to infinity, and there is no clear answer because none of it's real. There's no stakes at play. And then finally, you've spent weeks trying to make up your mind, and you finally go, you know what? Whatever happens, I'm going to obey the coin. I'm just going to flip a coin, and no matter what it says, I'm going to do it. If it says heads, I'll do this. If it says tails, I'll do that. And then you flip the coin and it comes up heads. And in that precise instant, you go, dang it, I really wanted tails. And to me, that is a very weird situation to be in because for weeks, you couldn't figure out how you felt about something. And then in a fraction of a second, it was ultra clear what you should be doing. So there's some very strange psychology at play under the surface, and that's what I want to talk about. When you decide to flip a coin, the coin is physical reality. It's a real thing. And then your conscious mind says, I'm going to obey it. I'm really going to do whatever it says that I need to do. And it's that commitment to the outcome that's important. Even if you know I'll do whatever I feel like, making that commitment is still an essential element of flipping the coin because as it comes up heads, it's an external real thing and you get an emotional reaction to this real thing. That's why it's a gut check. When the coin comes up heads and you knew instantly that you really wanted tails, that's why, because the coin's in physical reality, and that is a real consequence that you can respond to. And that's something that doesn't happen when it's just in your mind, when it's just your imagination. So that's why you can flip a coin, it'll come up, and you instantly know that you should have done the other thing. And I like to say that the coin is not wrong. It's useful for you to understand how you already feel about something or how you've already decided to behave in the future, but you don't understand what that decision is, or you've not allowed yourself to understand that or realize that that's the decision that you've made. So flipping the coin is a cool hack that gets past the conscious block and lets you access the non-conscious part of your mind to have a real honest conversation with yourself. Even though the coin flip was technically wrong, it's still useful for you to understand the truth of how you've already decided the future is going to go. And that reminds me of the Oracle from the movie The Matrix from 1999, a very formative movie for a lot of folks, including myself. And the Oracle is talking to Neo and she says, you can't see past the decisions that you don't understand why you've made it. You've already made the choice. You just don't understand why you've made that choice, and therefore you can't see beyond it. So flipping the coin is a trick to help you see beyond that decision, and maybe that will shed light into your decision-making, your emotions, your motivations, or whatever else is behind why you wanted to make that decision in the first place. Now, this idea applies to other areas. And one place that I like to think about is tarot card readings or any other kind of woo-woo kind of world, palm readings, psychic intuitive readings, whatever. They give you the reading and it's not right or wrong. It's useful based on the reaction you have to it to understand yourself in a new way from an outsider's perspective. And your response to that is very useful. So even if they get everything wrong, you can still find out a lot about yourself based on how you feel about them being wrong or them saying this or that. Then you can discover a lot about yourself on the inside. So to me, it's a useful experience to go through in order to better understand ourselves. So to me, that's a really interesting piece of psychology that's always going on in the background that sometimes our conscious mind doesn't have access to. And then we can have these tools like flipping a coin or reading your tarot cards that are not logical, they are not rational, but the part of your brain you're trying to get to is not logical, is not rational. So you can use these completely weird systems and processes and tricks and approaches that have nothing to do with reality, but they are extraordinarily powerful when it comes to helping you see inside your own mind. So that's all I wanted to share with you in this video. If you want more stuff like this, go ahead and hit that like button. That lets me know that this is what you would enjoy seeing more of. And it helps YouTube understand that other people might like seeing this as well. And you could also subscribe to the channel, which I do encourage you to do. I'm making videos about business, psychology, persuasion, all sorts of stuff that center around making more out of your mind. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much. I would also highly encourage you to check out this video next. And as I always like to say, if you can change your mind, you can change your life.